The courtroom is packed. Every seat is filled. People stand against the back wall. They're here for case 2025, TR 91847. They don't know why yet, but word spread fast. Something big is about to happen. Judge Frank Caprio sits at the bench. His gray hair is neat. His robe is pressed. His face is calm. He's seen thousands of cases. Drunk drivers, speeders, people who park in handicapped spots. But today will be different. He doesn't know it yet. The bailiff stands. His voice booms across the room. Case 2025, TR 91847. The state versus Dominic Castellano. The doors open. In walks a young man. He's 23 years old. His name is Dominic Castellano, but everyone calls him Dom. He's wearing a white Balenciaga hoodie that costs $3,000. His jeans are Amiri. They have crystals down the sides. Each crystal probably costs more than someone's electric bill. His sneakers are limited edition Yeezys. Only 50 pairs exist in the world. Around his neck hang 3 gold chains. The biggest one has a Bitcoin symbol covered in diamonds. On his wrist sits a rose gold Audemars Piguet watch. The price tag? $200,000. Dom walks slowly. His eyes are on his phone. An iPhone 15 Pro Max in a solid gold case. His thumb scrolls through TikTok. He's watching his own videos. Videos of him throwing money at nightclubs. Videos of his Lamborghini. Videos of his penthouse. Each video has millions of views. Mr. Castellano, Judge Caprio says. His voice is professional, respectful. Like always, please approach the bench and put your phone away. Dom doesn't look up. Hold on. I'm checking something important. His voice drips with boredom. Like this is a waste of his valuable time. The courtroom goes quiet. You could hear a pin drop. People lean forward. Did he just tell the judge to wait? Judge Caprio's eyebrows raise slightly. Just a bit. Sir, we're ready to proceed. Please respect the court. Dom sighs. A long, dramatic sigh. He puts his phone in his pocket, but his hand stays there. Like he might pull it back out any second. He walks to the front. His shoes squeak on the polished floor. Each squeak sounds expensive. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, no matter how much money they have, you'll want to see what happens next. Standing next to Dom is his lawyer. The lawyer wears a custom suit. His briefcase is Louis Vuitton. He looks nervous. His hand keeps moving to his tie. Adjusting it. Loosening it. He knows this might go badly. On the other side of the courtroom sits a woman. Her name is Elena Morales. She's 41 years old. Her hair is pulled back in a simple ponytail. Gray streaks show at her temples. She's wearing scrubs. Blue medical scrubs with cartoon teddy bears on them. The scrubs are faded from 1,000 washes. Her shoes are white sneakers. The kind nurses wear. The soles are worn down on one side. She works at Providence General Hospital, the children's ward. She's been there for 19 years. Elena's hands rest in her lap. They're rough, calloused, the hands of someone who works hard. On her left hand is a simple wedding ring. Gold-plated. The plating is wearing off. Her husband died 3 years ago. Heart attack. He was 43. Left her with 2 kids. Miguel is 15. Sophia is 12. Elena works double shifts to keep them fed, to keep the lights on, to keep a roof over their heads. She's here because of parking tickets. 7 of them. She parks in a restricted zone near the hospital. It saves her 15 minutes. 15 minutes she doesn't have. She arrives at 5:30 in the morning. She leaves at 6 at night, sometimes later. The parking garage costs $12 a day, times 5 days a week, times 52 weeks. That's over $3,000 a year. Money she doesn't have. So she parks on Maple Street, in a zone that's restricted from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. She gets tickets. She can't pay them. Now she's here. Ms. Morales, Judge Caprio says. His voice is gentler now. I've reviewed your case. 7 parking violations over 6 months. The fines total $950. Is that correct? Elena nods. Yes, Your Honor. Her voice is quiet, respectful, almost apologetic. And you work at the hospital? Yes, sir. I'm a pediatric nurse. I work with sick children. How long have you been doing that? 19 years, Your Honor. Judge Caprio looks at her file. He reads slowly. His face shows nothing, but his eyes are kind. I see here you've requested a payment plan. You work 40 hours a week, sometimes more. You have 2 children at home. Your husband passed away 3 years ago. Elena's eyes fill with tears. She blinks them back. Yes, sir. I do my best. The parking garage is expensive. And I need those 15 minutes to get to my shift on time. The children on my ward, they need me there. I can't be late. A woman in the 3rd row dabs her eyes with a tissue. A man crosses his arms. He's nodding. He understands. Dom is looking at his watch, checking the time. He shifts his weight from foot to foot. Judge Caprio notices. Mr. Castellano, we'll get to your case in a moment. Please be patient. Dom rolls his eyes. Actually rolls them, like a teenager told to clean his room. Can we speed this up? I have a lunch reservation at the Capitol Grill. The courtroom erupts in whispers. People turn to each other. Did he really just say that? Judge Caprio's expression doesn't change. Not yet. Mr. Castellano, everyone's time is valuable. Including Ms. Morales' time. Including mine. Including every person in this courtroom. We'll proceed when I'm ready. Dom shrugs. Whatever, man. The lawyer touches Dom's arm. Whispers something urgent. Dom shakes him off. Judge Caprio turns back to Elena. Ms. Morales, I'm going to approve your payment plan. $25 a month until the balance is paid. Does that work for you? Elena's face lights up. Relief washes over her. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Ms. Morales? Yes, sir. Thank you for the work you do. Pediatric nurses are heroes. The world doesn't say that enough. Elena starts crying. She can't help it. 19 years. Thousands of children cared for. Thousands of midnight shifts. Countless times being thrown up on, cried on, clung to. And this judge just called her a hero. She covers her face with her hands. The courtroom applauds. Actually applauds. Clapping fills the room. People are smiling. This is why they love Judge Caprio. He sees people, not just cases. Elena gathers her papers. She stands to leave. That's when Dom speaks. Are we done with the charity case? His voice cuts through the applause like a knife. Some of us have actual important things to do. The applause stops. Instantly. Like someone hit pause on a movie. The room goes cold. Elena freezes. She's halfway to the door. She turns slowly. Her face shows shock. Hurt. Disbelief. Judge Caprio sets down his pen. He looks at Dom, really looks at him. For 5 full seconds. Nobody moves. Nobody breathes. Mr. Castellano, the judge says slowly. What did you just say? Dom doesn't sense the danger. He doesn't hear the warning in the judge's voice. I said, can we move on? This lady's parking tickets aren't exactly breaking news. I've got actual business to handle. The lawyer's face goes white. He looks like he might be sick. He tugs Dom's sleeve. Dom ignores him. Sit down, Ms. Morales, Judge Caprio says. His voice is calm. Too calm. I think you should hear this. Elena sits. She's shaking slightly. From anger or fear or both. Now, Mr. Castellano, let's discuss your case. Judge Caprio picks up another file. This one is thicker. Much thicker. You're here for multiple violations. Let's start with the first one. Reckless driving. On February 14th, Valentine's Day, you were clocked going 93 miles per hour in a 35 zone. On Broad Street, near Roosevelt Middle School. At 2:45 p.m. Right when school lets out. Dom shrugs. My car goes fast. That's kind of the point of a Lamborghini. The speed limit exists for a reason, the judge says. Children cross that street every day. Well, they should look both ways. Dom smirks. Actually smirks. Gasps fill the courtroom. A man in the back shakes his head. A woman covers her mouth. The second violation, Judge Caprio continues. His voice stays level. Failure to yield to a pedestrian. Same day. Same street. A crossing guard stepped into the crosswalk. You didn't stop. You swerved around her. She had to jump back onto the curb. I saw her. I had it under control. The crossing guard is 67 years old. Her name is Barbara Chen. She's been helping children cross that street for 12 years. She filed a report saying she feared for her life. Dom yawns. He doesn't even try to hide it. Sounds dramatic. The lawyer is sweating now. Actual beads of sweat on his forehead. He scribbles something on a notepad. Shows it to Dom. Dom doesn't look at it. The third violation, Judge Caprio says. He's building to something. Everyone can feel it. Leaving the scene of an accident. Same day. Same street. You hit a parked car. A 2008 Honda Civic. You didn't stop. You kept driving. I barely tapped it. Probably didn't even leave a mark. There's a dent in the driver's side door. Repair costs are estimated at $2,300. The car belongs to Marcus Webb. He's a veteran. Army. 2 tours in Afghanistan. He works as a janitor at the same school you were speeding past. That car is his only transportation. He needs it to get to work. Dom laughs. Actually laughs. $2,000. That's like why spend on bottle service on a Tuesday. The room explodes. People are talking, shouting. Someone calls out, "Are you serious right now?" The bailiff steps forward. He raises his hand. The room quiets down. But the anger hangs in the air, thick and heavy. Judge Caprio's jaw tightens. Just barely. "Mr. Castellano, do you understand the seriousness of these charges?" "Not really, honestly." Dom crosses his arms. "Look, I'll pay the fines. Whatever they are. Just tell me the number. I'll Venmo you right now." "You cannot Venmo the court." "Zelle? PayPal? I've got cash in my car, if that's easier." "That's not how this works." Dom throws up his hands. "Then how does it work? Because from where I'm standing, this feels like a huge waste of time. I made more money in the last hour than most people here make in a month. Every minute I'm here is money lost." The judge writes something down. His handwriting is sharp, aggressive. "Tell me about your work, Mr. Castellano. What do you do?" "I'm an entrepreneur." Dom stands up straighter. Pride fills his voice. "I trade cryptocurrency. NFTs, digital assets. I turned $10,000 into $40 million in 2 years. I'm kind of a big deal in the crypto community." $40 million. Give or take. Depends on the market. Yesterday, it was 42 million. Today it might be 39. Tomorrow, who knows? "And how old are you?" 23. "So you made this fortune starting when you were 21. 20. I dropped out of Boston University. College was boring. I knew I could make more money on my own." Dom pulls out his phone again. "Actually, check this out." He starts scrolling. "I document my whole life on TikTok. For 0.2 million followers. I show people my lifestyle. My cars. My house. My watches. I inspire them. Show them what's possible." Judge Caprio leans forward. "Put the phone away. Now." Something in his voice makes Dom obey. For a moment, he puts the phone in his pocket. But he's not happy about it. "These videos," the judge says. "Do you profit from them?" "Sure. Brand deals. Sponsorships. I made $300,000 last year just from posting videos. Companies pay me to show their products." "So you profit from showing off your wealth." "I profit from being successful. There's a difference." "Is there?" Dom's smile fades slightly. "What's that supposed to mean?" Judge Caprio doesn't answer. Instead, he picks up a remote control. He points it at a screen on the wall. The screen flickers to life. The prosecution has submitted evidence. Let's watch. The screen shows body camera footage. The officer's perspective. The date stamp reads February 14th, 2025. The time shows 2:47 p.m. The camera shows Broad Street. Kids are everywhere. Walking home from school. Backpacks bouncing. Talking. Laughing. A crossing guard stands in the middle of the street. She's holding a stop sign. Her bright yellow vest glows in the afternoon sun. Then it happens. A yellow Lamborghini comes screaming down the street. The engine roars. The car is moving fast. Way too fast. The crossing guard steps into the road. She raises her stop sign. The Lamborghini doesn't slow down. It swerves. Tires squeal. The car misses her by maybe 2 feet. Maybe less. She stumbles backward. She almost falls. The courtroom is silent. Everyone watches. The camera follows the Lamborghini. It's still speeding. The brake lights never come on. The car reaches a parked Honda. The Lamborghini clips it. Hard. The Honda rocks sideways. The side mirror explodes. Pieces of plastic fly through the air. The Lamborghini keeps going. It turns the corner. Gone. The officer runs to the Honda. The camera shows the damage. The door is crunched. The mirror is destroyed. Paint is scraped off. Metal is dented. The video stops. Nobody speaks. The silence is deafening. Judge Caprio looks at Dom. That was you driving. Yeah, but that crossing guard could have died. But she didn't. Because she's fast. Because she saw you coming. Because she jumped out of the way. Not because you were careful. Not because you slowed down. She survived because of her reflexes. Not your driving. Dom shifts uncomfortably. It looks worse on camera. I had everything under control. The Honda you hit belongs to Marcus Webb, the veteran I mentioned. He was inside the school at the time, teaching an after-school program for free, helping kids learn to read. When he came out, his car was damaged. His only car. He had no way to get home. He had no way to get to work the next day. I didn't know that. You didn't care to know. You left. You drove away. Like it didn't matter. It was just a car. Judge Caprio's voice drops. Gets quieter. More dangerous. It was just a car to you. To Marcus Webb, it was his livelihood. His independence. His way to survive. Dom rolls his eyes again. Okay, so I'll pay for it. Problem solved. Can I go now? We're not done. What else is there? Judge Caprio picks up his phone. The court phone. He holds it up. After you were cited, after the officer tracked you down through your license plate, after you were summoned to appear here, something interesting happened. This court received phone calls. 7 phone calls over 3 days. All from different people. All asking about your case. All suggesting that perhaps the charges could be reduced. Or dropped. Dom's lawyer stands up fast. Your Honor, I don't know anything about. Sit down, counselor. I'm not accusing you. The judge looks at Dom, but someone made those calls. The calls came from a law firm that represents your father's company. From a city council member who received donations from your family. From a local businessman who plays golf with your father. Dom's face doesn't change. No guilt. No shame. Just annoyance. So, my dad has connections. That's how the world works. That's how your world works. Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's everything wrong with that. Judge Caprio's voice rises slightly. Just slightly. But the whole courtroom feels it. Those phone calls were attempts to interfere with justice. To use influence instead of law. To put your privilege above everyone else's rights. It's called networking. It's called corruption. Dom laughs. A short, sharp laugh. Corruption? Okay, that's dramatic. My dad made some calls. Talked to some people. That's business. That's how things get done. Not in my courtroom. Look, Your Honor, with all due respect. Don't. Judge Caprio's hand goes up. Stop. Don't say with all due respect, and then disrespect me. Just be honest. Dom pauses. Then he shrugs. Fine. Honestly, I think this is a waste of time. I made a mistake. I'll pay for it. But all this drama? The videos? The speeches? It's excessive. I'm not a criminal. I'm a kid who drove too fast and bumped a car. People do it every day. People do it every day, the judge agrees. And every day, people face consequences. Real consequences. Not phone calls from daddy. Not money making it go away. Real accountability. I'm willing to be accountable. Just tell me what I owe. Judge Caprio looks at him for a long moment. You think money solves everything? In my experience. Yeah, pretty much. What if I told you money won't solve this? Dom's smile wavers. Just for a second. Then I'd say you're in the wrong century. Everything has a price. The courtroom stirs. People are getting angry again. A man in the front row mutters something under his breath. The bailiff looks tense. Ready to move if needed. Let me show you something else, Judge Caprio says. He presses another button. The screen changes. It's a social media post. Dom's Instagram account. Posted on February 14th, Valentine's Day. The same day as the incident. The time stamp shows 3:15 p.m. Just 30 minutes after the accident. The post shows Dom standing next to his yellow Lamborghini. The same Lamborghini from the video. He's holding a bottle of champagne. His caption reads, "Another day, another adventure." The cops can't catch what they can't see. Fast cars, fast money, fast life. If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. Hashtag Crypto King, hashtag untouchable, hashtag Lamborghini life, hashtag money moves. Below the caption are the comments. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Most are supportive. You're an inspiration. Living the dream. I want your life. But some aren't. This is dangerous. You could kill someone. Money doesn't make you invincible. Dom replied to that last one. His reply is on the screen for everyone to see. Money makes me untouchable. Try me. The courtroom explodes. Real anger now. People are standing, shouting. Who does he think he is? This is unbelievable. He thinks he's above the law. The bailiff steps between the gallery and Dom. Order. Everyone sit down. It takes a minute. People slowly sit. But the anger doesn't leave. It fills the room like smoke. Dom's face is red. Not from shame. From embarrassment. From being exposed. That was just a joke, he says. His voice is defensive. I say stuff like that all the time. It's my brand. It's entertainment. Entertainment, Judge Caprio repeats. You think breaking the law is entertainment? I think people are too sensitive. It's social media. It's not real life. It is real life. You posted it from your real account, after a real incident, where you really endangered real people. Whatever. I'll delete it if it's such a big deal. It's too late to delete it. The police already have screenshots. The prosecution has it as evidence. And even if you could delete it, the words would still exist. The attitude would still exist. That's who you are, Mr. Castellano. That's what you believe. Money makes you untouchable. Dom says nothing. His jaw is tight. Judge Caprio picks up another paper. Let's talk about your father. Lorenzo Castellano. Real estate developer. Net worth approximately $120 million. He owns 12 properties in Providence. 4 in Boston. Multiple vacation homes. He's on the board of 3 charities. He donates to political campaigns. He's well-connected, well-respected. What about him? He called me. The room goes silent again. Even Dom looks surprised. Your father called my office yesterday. He asked to speak with me directly. I took the call. Do you know what he said? Dom shakes his head slowly. He said, Judge Caprio, my son made a mistake. He's young. He's foolish. But he's a good kid. Please go easy on him. I'll make sure he learns from this. I'll handle it personally. And if there's anything the court needs, anything at all, my foundation would be happy to make a contribution. The courtroom erupts again. People are yelling. That's a bribe. He tried to buy off the judge. This is insane. Judge Caprio raises his hand. Silence falls. Your father tried to help you. In the wrong way. But his heart was in the right place. He loves you. That's clear. But love doesn't erase consequences. Dom's voice is small now. Smaller than before. What did you say to him? I told him I appreciate the offer. I told him I understand he's worried. But I also told him that justice doesn't work that way. Not in Providence. Not in my courtroom. Not ever. So he can't help me? No one can help you except you. Dom's hand moves to his pocket. Toward his phone. Nervous habit. Keep your hand out of your pocket, Judge Caprio says. Dom's hand stops. He looks around the courtroom. Really looks. For the first time. He sees the people watching him. He sees their faces. Angry. Disgusted. Disappointed. He sees Elena Morales still sitting in the front row. Her eyes are red from crying. He sees the court reporter. Her fingers are flying across the keys. Recording everything. He sees his lawyer. The lawyer looks defeated. Resigned. Your Honor, Dom says. His voice is quieter now. Can I just pay the fine and leave? Please. The fine for reckless driving is $500. The fine for leaving the scene is $1,000. The fine for failure to yield is $350. Total, $1,850. Dom pulls out his wallet. It's Gucci. Monogrammed. He opens it. It's stuffed with $100 bills. I can pay right now. I'm sure you can. So we're done. No. Dom freezes. What do you mean no? I'm paying the fine. The fine is just part of it. Part of what? Judge Caprio leans back in his chair. He looks tired suddenly. Like he's aged 10 years in the last hour. Mr. Castellano, do you know what my job is? You're a judge. You decide cases. That's part of it. But the deeper purpose is to help people. To make society better. To teach lessons that prevent future harm. If I just take your money and let you walk out, what have you learned? I learned not to speed. Have you? Dom doesn't answer. I don't think you have, the judge says. I think you'll walk out of here, get in your Lamborghini, and speed home. I think you'll post about this on social media. Make jokes. Call me names. Turn it into content for your followers. I think nothing will change. That's not fair. You don't know me. I know what you've shown me. I know your words, your actions, your attitude, and based on that, I have to make a decision. Dom's hands are shaking now. Slightly. Barely noticeable. But they're shaking. What kind of decision? Judge Caprio picks up his gavel. He hasn't used it yet. Now he holds it. Heavy. Solid. Before I announce my decision, I want to ask you something. And I want you to answer honestly. Can you do that? I guess. Do you think you're better than other people? The question hangs in the air. Dom opens his mouth. Closes it. Opens it again. I don't know how to answer that. Yes or no? Simple question. Do you believe your money, your success, your followers, your lifestyle make you better than the people in this room? Dom looks around again. At Elena. At the gallery. At the court staff. Back to the judge. I'm more successful. That's not what I asked. I work hard. I earned what I have. Still not what I asked. Dom's voice gets defensive. What do you want me to say? That I'm the same as everyone else? I'm not. I have $40 million. Most people don't. That's just reality. So yes, you think you're better. I think I'm different. Different how? I took risks. I made smart choices. I didn't settle for ordinary. And people who work regular jobs? People like Elena Morales? Are they ordinary? I didn't say that. You implied it. I'm just saying I wanted more. I went after it. Not everyone does that. Judge Caprio nods slowly. Let me tell you a story, Mr. Castellano. When I was 7 years old, my father died. Heart attack. He was a baker. Worked 16-hour days. Came home smelling like flour and yeast. He made enough to feed us. Barely. When he died, my mother had to work 3 jobs. She cleaned houses during the day. Waited tables at night. Did laundry for neighbors on weekends. I wore hand-me-down clothes. I shared a bedroom with my 3 brothers. We ate pasta 6 nights a week because it was cheap. Dom listens. His face is unreadable. I worked my way through college, the judge continues. Law school. I studied while my friends partied. I sacrificed. I earned my place here. Not because I'm special, but because I worked hard. And because people helped me. Teachers who stayed late. Neighbors who gave my mother extra money. A scholarship from a stranger who believed in me. I am here because of community. Because of compassion. Because people who had very little gave what they could. The courtroom is silent. People are nodding. Some are wiping tears. You say you earned your $40 million, Judge Caprio says. Maybe you did, but you had advantages. You had a father with connections. With money. With influence. You went to Boston University. Do you know how much that costs? $60,000 a year. Most families can't afford that. You dropped out because you could afford to take that risk. If you failed, Daddy's money would catch you. You had a safety net. A big, expensive safety net. Dom's face is turning red again. Elena Morales doesn't have a safety net, the judge says. If she makes a mistake, loses her job, gets sick, her family falls apart. Marcus Webb doesn't have a safety net. If his car is destroyed, he can't get to work. Can't pay rent. Ends up on the street. Barbara Chen, the crossing guard you almost killed? She works that job because her pension isn't enough. She's 67 and still working. Do you know why? Because she doesn't have $40 million. I can't help that, Dom says. His voice is tight. I can't fix everyone's problems. No, but you can stop making them worse. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Didn't you? Judge Caprio's voice is sharp now. You drove 93 in a 35. Near a school. At dismissal time. You saw the crossing guard and didn't stop. You hit a car and drove away. Then you posted on social media about being untouchable. All of that was intentional. All of it was a choice. I made bad choices. I admit it. What do you want from me? I want you to understand something. Judge Caprio stands up. He walks around the bench. Comes closer. Now he's standing just a few feet from Dom, eye to eye. You are not untouchable. Money doesn't make you special. It makes you lucky. And luck can change. Life can humble you. Fast. One bad investment and your $40 million is gone. One accident and you're paralyzed. One lawsuit and you're bankrupt. The universe doesn't care about your bank account. Dom stares at him. Says nothing. But more important than that, the judge says, you need to learn that other people matter. Their lives matter. Their struggles matter. Your convenience doesn't trump their safety. Your time isn't more valuable than theirs. Your wealth doesn't give you the right to endanger them. I understand, Dom says quietly. Do you? Because I don't think you do. Not yet, but you will. Dom's lawyer stands up. Your Honor, my client is willing to pay all fines. He's willing to attend traffic school. He'll issue a public apology. Whatever the court requires. Sit down, counselor. The lawyer sits. Judge Caprio walks back to the bench. He picks up his gavel. Dominic Castellano, I find you guilty of reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, and failure to yield to a pedestrian. Here is your sentence. Dom stands up straighter, bracing himself. First, you will pay a fine of $15,750. Dom blinks. $15,000 for traffic violations. The base fine is $1,850, but I'm adding penalties. For your social media post showing no remorse, $5,000. For the attempted interference through your father's connections, $5,000. For your disrespectful behavior in this courtroom, $3,000. For the danger you pose to children, $1,900. Total, $15,750. Dom's face goes pale. That's insane. That's justice. Second, your license is suspended for 120 days. You cannot drive any vehicle. Not your Lamborghini. Not a friend's car. Not a rental. Nothing. If you're caught driving, you'll face criminal charges. How am I supposed to get around? The same way most people do. Walk. Take the bus. Ask for a ride. Figure it out. This is ridiculous. Third, Judge Caprio continues, ignoring him, you will complete 250 hours of community service. 250 hours? That's 6 weeks of full-time work. It's 10 weeks at 25 hours per week. And here's where you'll do it. The judge pulls out another paper. You will serve as a crossing guard at Roosevelt Middle School. The same school where you endangered Barbara Chen. The same intersection. You will wear the yellow vest. You will hold the stop sign. You will help children cross the street safely. Every school day from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Rain or shine, hot or cold. You'll do this for the entire school year. Dom's mouth falls open. You want me to be a crossing guard? I don't want you to be one. I'm ordering you to be one. But people will see me. My followers. The media. This will destroy my reputation. Good. Good. How is that good? Because your reputation is based on a lie. You're not untouchable. You're not above consequences. This will show everyone the truth, including you. Dom looks at his lawyer. The lawyer shrugs. Helpless. Fourth, the judge says, you will write a handwritten apology. Not typed. Not drafted by your lawyer. Not posted on social media. A real, personal apology to 3 people. Barbara Chen, Marcus Webb, and Elena Morales. Elena gasps. Me? Why me? Because he disrespected you in this courtroom. Called you a charity case. Implied your problems don't matter. You deserve an apology. Elena's eyes fill with tears again, but she's smiling through them. The apologies must be at least 500 words each, the judge continues. They must be sincere. I will read them. If I find them lacking, you'll rewrite them. You will deliver them in person, face to face, and you will do it without cameras, without posting about it, without turning it into content. Dom's hands are trembling. Anything else? Yes. You will attend a victim impact panel. This is a program where people who've been hurt by reckless drivers share their stories. You'll sit. You'll listen. You'll hear about the pain, the loss, the trauma. Maybe it'll help you understand what you almost caused. And if I refuse, then you go to jail. Right now. Today. The bailiff will take you into custody. You'll spend 30 days in the county jail. No phone. No social media. No Lamborghini. Just a cell. With other inmates. Some of whom would love to meet a crypto millionaire. Dom's face goes white. Actually white. All the blood drains from it. You can't be serious. I am completely serious. You have 2 choices. Accept the sentence I've given you, or go to jail right now. Decide. Dom looks around frantically. At his lawyer. At the door. At the gallery. Everyone is watching. Waiting. His hands are shaking harder now. His breath is coming fast. Shallow. I can't go to jail. Then you'll accept my sentence. I don't. This is too much. This is cruel. Cruel. Judge Caprio's voice rises. Really rises. For the first time, he's angry. Truly angry. You want to talk about cruel? I'll tell you what's cruel. Driving 93 miles per hour past a school. That's cruel. Almost hitting a 67-year-old woman trying to protect children. That's cruel. Leaving a veteran's car damaged and not even stopping. That's cruel. Coming into this courtroom with your gold chains and your Rolex and your entitled attitude and acting like none of it matters. That's cruel. Dom is crying now. Actual tears. Running down his face. His voice cracks. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry isn't enough. Sorry is easy. Sorry is words. I need action. I need change. I need proof that you've learned something. I have learned. I swear. Then prove it. Accept the sentence. Do the work. Show me I'm wrong about you. Dom wipes his face with his sleeve. His $3,000 Balenciaga sleeve. Tears stain the white fabric. What if I can't do it? Then you'll face additional consequences. Jail time. Extended probation. More fines. The choice is yours. But let me be clear. This is your only chance. There's no appeal here. No phone call to daddy that fixes it. No money that makes it go away. This is real life. Real consequences. Real accountability. Dom stands there. Shaking. Crying. Lost. For the first time in his life, money can't save him. For the first time, he's facing something he can't buy his way out of. I accept, he whispers. Say it louder. I accept the sentence. His voice is stronger now. Still shaking, but stronger. All of it. The fine, the license suspension, the community service, the apologies, the victim impact panel. Yes, all of it. Judge Caprio nods. Then here's what happens next. You'll report to the clerk's office today. Right now. You'll pay the fine. All of it. No payment plan. You have the money. You'll surrender your driver's license. You'll sign paperwork acknowledging the terms of your sentence. Tomorrow morning, you'll report to Roosevelt Middle School. Barbara Chen will be your supervisor. She'll train you. She'll evaluate you. If she tells me you're not taking it seriously, you'll go to jail. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. You'll begin writing your apologies tonight. You have 1 week to complete them. You'll deliver them in person within 2 weeks. The Victim Impact Panel meets next Thursday at 7 p.m. You'll be there. On time. In appropriate clothes. No designer brands. No jewelry. No showing off. Yes, Your Honor. And one more thing. Judge Caprio leans forward. His eyes lock onto Dom's. If you post about any of this on social media, if you turn this into content, if you try to make yourself the victim, I will hold you in contempt of court. I will add jail time. I will make your life very difficult. This is not entertainment. This is your life. Treat it that way. Dom nods. He can't speak anymore. The tears won't stop. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Castellano to the clerk's office. The bailiff walks over. He doesn't grab Dom, doesn't cuff him. Just gestures toward the door. Let's go. Dom walks toward the door. Slowly, like he's walking to his execution. His designer sneakers squeak on the floor. His gold chains clink softly. He doesn't look at anyone. Doesn't make eye contact. As he passes Elena, he stops. Just for a second. I'm sorry, he whispers. I really am. Elena looks at him. Her face is hard to read. Anger, pity, relief, all mixed together. Show me with your actions, she says quietly. Not your words. Dom nods. Then he's gone. Through the doors. Into the hallway. The courtroom stays silent for a moment. Then someone starts clapping. Slow at first. Then faster. Then everyone is clapping. Standing. Applauding. Judge Caprio sits down. He looks tired. But there's a small smile on his face. Elena stands up. She walks to the bench. Your Honor. Yes, Ms. Morales. Thank you. For everything. For treating me with respect. For standing up to him. For seeing me. You're welcome. You deserved better than what he gave you. Better than what this system often gives people. I hope this helps. It does. It really does. She turns to leave. But Judge Caprio calls after her. Ms. Morales. She turns back. Your parking tickets. The $950 you owe. I'm waiving them. Elena's hand goes to her mouth. What? I'm dismissing the charges. You don't owe anything. But why? Because justice should be fair. Because you work hard. Because you deserve a break. Because I can. Elena breaks down. Completely. She's sobbing. Happy tears this time. Pure relief. 19 years of grinding poverty. Of working double shifts. Of scraping by. And suddenly, she has $950 she didn't have before. It's not a lot to some people. To Dom, it's nothing. But to her, it's groceries for a month. It's school supplies. It's a small cushion against disaster. Thank you, she manages to say through the tears. Thank you so much. Go home to your kids. Tell them their mom is a hero. Elena nods. She can't speak anymore. She gathers her things and leaves. Still crying. Still smiling. The courtroom slowly empties. People file out. Talking. Debating. Some think the sentence was too harsh. Most think it was perfect. A few think Dom got off easy. But everyone agrees on one thing. They witnessed something special. Real justice. The kind you don't see every day. 8 weeks pass. The leaves start turning. Fall arrives in Providence. The air gets crisp. Kids wear jackets to school. Halloween decorations appear on lawns. At Roosevelt Middle School, something unusual is happening. Every afternoon at 2:30, a young man appears at the crosswalk on Broad Street. He wears a yellow safety vest. It says crossing guard on the back in reflective letters. He holds a stop sign. He helps children cross the street. The young man is Dominic Castellano. But he looks different now. His gold chains are gone. His designer clothes are gone. He wears jeans. Regular jeans from Target. A plain hoodie. The school gave him the vest. It's too big. It hangs on him like a tent. His Yeezys are gone too. He wears regular sneakers. The kind that cost $30. His face is different too. The smirk is gone. The arrogance is gone. He looks tired. Humble. Changed. Barbara Chen works beside him. The 67-year-old woman he almost killed. At first, she didn't want to supervise him. Didn't want to be near him. But Judge Caprio asked her personally. Give him a chance, the judge said. Help him learn. So she did. The first day was rough. Dom showed up late. He was on his phone. He held the stop sign wrong. A car almost didn't stop. Barbara had to jump in. That night, she called the court. Reported him. The next morning, Dom received a call from Judge Caprio. One more mistake, and you go to jail. Do you understand? Dom understood. After that, he tried harder. Showed up on time. Put his phone away. Listened to Barbara. Learned the proper hand signals. Learned to make eye contact with drivers. Learned which kids needed extra help crossing. The little ones who were scared. The disabled student in the wheelchair. The girl who couldn't see well. Slowly, things changed. The kids started recognizing him. Hi, Mr. Dom, they'd shout. They didn't care about his TikTok account. They didn't know about the Lamborghini. To them, he was just the crossing guard. The guy who kept them safe. One day, a little boy dropped his backpack in the street. Papers flew everywhere. Dom stopped traffic. He picked up every paper. Organized them. Put them back in the backpack. The boy hugged his leg. Thank you. Dom felt something strange. Something he hadn't felt in years. Pride. Real pride. Not the hollow pride of money or followers. The pride of helping someone. Of mattering in a way that wasn't about him. Another day it rained. Hard. Barbara wasn't there. She was sick. Dom could have left. Could have called in. Said he was sick too. But he didn't. He stood in the rain for an hour. Got soaked. Made sure every kid crossed safely. Parents saw him. They thanked him. Offered him rides. He said no. I'm good. I've got this. Marcus Webb, the veteran whose car Dom hit, started bringing him coffee. Every Friday. He'd show up at the crosswalk at 2:25. He'd hand Dom a cup. Thought you might need this. At first, Dom didn't know what to say. You don't have to do this. I destroyed your car. You paid for the repairs. And you're doing your time. That's what matters. But We all make mistakes, Marcus said. His voice was kind. Firm but kind. I made plenty in my life. Did things I'm not proud of. The question isn't whether you screw up. It's what you do after. You're showing up. That counts for something. Dom wanted to cry, but he held it in. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just keep doing what you're doing. The apology letters took 3 tries. The first 2 were terrible. Full of excuses. Full of, but I didn't mean to, and it's not entirely my fault. Judge Caprio rejected them both. Try again. The third time, Dom wrote from a heart. He wrote to Barbara about the fear she must have felt, the nightmares she probably had, the way she still jumped when cars drove too fast. He wrote to Marcus about the violation of having his property damaged, the helplessness of watching someone drive away, the struggle of finding money for repairs. He wrote to Elena about his arrogance, his cruelty, his complete lack of empathy for her situation. Judge Caprio approved them. Now deliver them. Dom delivered them in person. Barbara first. She read the letter at her kitchen table. Tears ran down her face. "Thank you," she said. "This means more than you know." Marcus second. He read it in his car outside the school. He folded it carefully, put it in his glove box. "You're learning, kid. Keep going." Elena last. She read it at the hospital during her break, sitting in the break room, eating a sandwich she'd made at home. She finished reading. Looked up at Dom. "I forgive you." Those 3 words broke something in Dom. Or fixed something. He wasn't sure which. He cried. Right there, in the hospital break room. Sobbed. Elena stood up. She hugged him. This woman he'd insulted. This woman he'd belittled. She hugged him. "It's okay," she said. "You're going to be okay." The victim impact panel was hard. Harder than Dom expected. He sat in a church basement with 20 other people. All of them were there for the same reason. They'd driven recklessly, hurt people, made mistakes. 5 speakers came. 5 people whose lives were destroyed by reckless drivers. A mother whose son was killed by a drunk driver. A man who was paralyzed by a speeding teenager. A woman whose husband died in a hit and run. A girl who lost her leg when someone ran a red light. A father whose daughter was brain damaged in a collision. They spoke for 2 hours, told their stories, showed pictures, described the pain, the grief, the anger, the lifelong consequences. Dom listened, really listened. He thought about Barbara stumbling backward, about how close he'd come to killing her. 1 second, 1 foot. That's all that separated him from being like these other drivers. The ones who actually killed someone. He'd been lucky. So lucky. And he never even realized it. After the panel, he stayed late. Talked to one of the speakers. The mother who lost her son. "I'm sorry," he told her, "for what happened to you. For what I almost caused." She looked at him. Her eyes were red and tired. "The driver who killed my son went to prison. 20 years. He'll get out eventually. When he does, I hope he's like you. I hope he learned. I hope he's better. Because my son's death has to mean something. It has to change something. Or else what was the point?" Dom thought about that every day after. Now it's been 8 weeks. Dom's sentence isn't done. He has 92 more hours of community service. 14 more weeks of crossing guard duty. But something has changed. He's not the same person who walked into that courtroom. Today is a review hearing. Dom stands before Judge Caprio again. But this time is different. He's not wearing designer clothes. He's wearing khakis and a button-up shirt from Kohl's. His hair is cut shorter. More professional. His hands aren't shaking. His eyes are clear. "Mr. Castellano," Judge Caprio says, "how have the last 8 weeks been?" "Hard, Your Honor. Really hard. But good. I've learned a lot." "Tell me." Dom takes a breath. "I learned that I was selfish. That I only thought about myself. That I hurt people and didn't care. I learned that money doesn't make you special. It just makes you responsible. Responsible for using it right. For helping people. Not for showing off. What else? I learned that regular people are amazing. Barbara Chen is 67 and still works every day. She could retire. But she wants to help kids. That's heroic. Marcus Webb served his country and then came home and served his community. Elena Morales works 2 jobs to raise her kids alone. She's exhausted, but she keeps going. Those people are worth more than me. Even though I have more money. They're better people. Judge Caprio nods slowly. "You really believe that?" "Yes, sir. I do." The judge looks at his file. "I have reports from Barbara Chen. She says you've been excellent. On time. Respectful. Hardworking. She says the kids love you." Dom smiles. A small, genuine smile. "The kids are great. They remind me why it matters. Why safety matters. Why being responsible matters." "I also have reports from Marcus Webb. He says you've been humble. Grateful. Changed. Marcus he's been a friend. He didn't have to be. I hurt him. But he forgave me. That's taught me more than any punishment could. And Elena Morales wrote me a letter." Judge Caprio holds it up. She says you apologized sincerely, that you meant it, that she believes you've changed. Dom's eyes water. She's an incredible person. I was so cruel to her. I called her a charity case. I acted like her problems didn't matter. I was wrong. So wrong. Do you still have your TikTok account? Yes. But I haven't posted in 8 weeks. I thought about deleting it, but then I realized I could use it differently. I could use it to show people what real work looks like, what consequences look like, what change looks like. Not to make myself look good, but to help other people avoid my mistakes. Judge Caprio leans back. What happened to your Lamborghini? I sold it. The courtroom gasps. Actual gasps. You sold it? Yes, sir. Last week. I sold it for $375,000. I donated $200,000 to the school. They're building a new crossing guard station. With lights, signals, better equipment. The rest I invested. Not in crypto. In a fund that helps veterans find jobs. Marcus told me about it. It seemed like the right thing to do. Judge Caprio's eyebrows raise. That's a significant decision. It felt good. Better than owning the car ever did. What do you drive now? I don't. My license is still suspended. But when I get it back, I'm buying something used. Something reasonable. Something I don't need to show off. The judge shuffles papers. Thinks. The courtroom is silent. Waiting. Mr. Castellano, I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to reduce your sentence. Dom's eyes widen. Your Honor, I don't. You've completed 158 of the required 250 hours of community service. The quality of your work has been exemplary. Your attitude has completely changed. Therefore, I'm reducing your remaining hours to 50. You'll complete them over the next 5 weeks. After that, you're done. But I was supposed to. I know what you were supposed to do. But the point of the sentence was to teach you, to change you. And clearly it worked. There's no value in making you keep going if you've already learned the lesson. Dom doesn't know what to say. Thank you, Your Honor. Your license suspension stands. You'll get it back in 4 weeks. When you do, I want you to drive carefully. Always. Not because you're afraid of tickets, but because you understand the responsibility. I will. I promise. And Mr. Castellano? Yes, sir. I'm proud of you. I don't say that often, but I'm proud of the work you've done, the person you've become. Keep going. Keep growing. Use your privilege for good. Use your money to help people. Use your platform to spread positive messages. Be the person you were meant to be. Dom starts crying. He can't help it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Elena stands up in the gallery. She's been watching the whole time. She starts clapping. Then Marcus stands. He claps too. Then Barbara. Then the whole courtroom. Everyone is standing. Everyone is clapping. For Dom. But also for justice. For redemption. For second chances. For the idea that people can change. That consequences can teach. That even the most entitled person can learn humility. Judge Caprio stands. He smiles. A real smile. This court is adjourned. 6 months later, Dom is back at Roosevelt Middle School. But not as a crossing guard. As a volunteer. He comes twice a week. Helps kids with homework. Teaches them about financial literacy. About making smart choices. About the dangers of social media. About how money doesn't define your worth. He started a foundation. The Second Chance Foundation. It pays parking tickets for people who can't afford them. People like Elena. It provides car repairs for people like Marcus. It funds crossing guard equipment for schools. He still has money. Still trades crypto. But differently now. He doesn't show off. Doesn't flaunt it. Lives modestly. Drives a 2018 Honda Accord. Wears normal clothes. No gold chains. His TikTok account changed too. He posts about his volunteer work. About the lessons he learned. About the sentence that saved his life. His followers dropped at first. From 4.2 million to 2.8 million. People wanted the old Dom. The flashy one. The arrogant one. But slowly new followers came. Different followers. People who appreciated the honesty. The growth. The authenticity. Now he's back up to 3.5 million. But these followers are different. They care about the message. Not the money. Barbara Chen retired finally. Dom spoke at her retirement party. This woman saved my life, he said. Not when I almost hit her with my car. But after. When she gave me a chance. When she taught me. When she showed me what real strength looks like. Thank you, Barbara. For everything. Barbara hugged him. You did the work, sweetheart. I just guided you. Marcus Webb got a promotion. Management position at the school. Better pay. Better hours. Dom wrote him a recommendation letter. Marcus Webb is a true American hero, the letter said. Not just for his military service, but for his compassion, his forgiveness, his willingness to help a stupid kid learn from his mistakes. Elena Morales got a raise. The hospital finally recognized her years of service. She's training new nurses now, teaching them about patient care, about compassion, about perseverance. She still thinks about that day in court, the day a judge stood up for her, the day a rich kid learned he wasn't special. She tells the story to her kids, to her trainees, to anyone who'll listen. Justice is real, she says. Not always, not everywhere, but sometimes. When the right people are in charge, when someone cares enough to teach the hard lessons, justice is real. And Dom? He thinks about that day too. The worst day of his life. The best day of his life. The day he lost everything and found everything. The day he learned that money can't buy respect, can't buy character, can't buy justice. He keeps a picture on his desk. From his last day as a crossing guard. The kids made him a card, signed by all 47 students who crossed through his intersection. Thank you, Mr. Dom, for keeping us safe. You're the best. Under the card is a note, handwritten, from Judge Caprio. Remember who you were. Remember who you are now. Never go back. Dom reads it every morning, before he checks his phone, before he looks at the markets, before he starts his day. It grounds him, reminds him, keeps him humble. In Judge Caprio's chambers, the case file sits in a special drawer, not with the regular cases, but in a place of honor. Cases that matter, cases that change lives, cases that prove the system works, when it's used right. On the file, the judge has written a note. In his neat handwriting, Dominic Castellano, age 23, came in as a boy, left as a man. Proof that consequences matter. Proof that people can change. Proof that justice, real justice, transforms lives. The file stays there, a reminder, for the judge, for the court, for anyone who doubts that the system can work. Because it can work. When judges care. When sentences fit the crime. When the goal is teaching, not just punishing. When someone believes that even the most arrogant person has a chance at redemption. It worked for Dom. It can work for others. That's the legacy of Case 2025, TR 91847. Not just one changed life, but hope. Hope that justice is real. Hope that consequences matter. Hope that tomorrow can be better than today. Because if a 23-year-old crypto millionaire can learn humility, can learn compassion, can learn that other people matter, then anyone can. Money can buy many things. It can buy cars and clothes and followers and fame. But it cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot purchase respect. And in Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, it definitely cannot buy justice. Justice must be earned. Through accountability. Through change. Through proving that you've learned. That you're better. That you won't make the same mistakes again. Dom earned it. 8 weeks at a time. One child at a time. One apology at a time. One day at a time. And now he lives it. Every single day. That's real justice. Not just punishment, but transformation. Not just consequences, but growth. Not just taking away privilege, but teaching why privilege demands responsibility. Judge Caprio knows this. He's known it for decades. Thousands of cases. Thousands of people. Some change. Some don't. But when they do change, when they really change, that's why he does this job. That's why he keeps coming back. That's why he cares. Because justice isn't about money. It's about people. It's about second chances. It's about believing that tomorrow can be different, better, kinder. And sometimes on good days, in special cases, justice wins. Case 2025, TR 91847 was one of those days.